Hey guys, welcome back to another video from Amateur Priority Toys. Today is going to be another Predator video, and we're going to be looking at the Elder, the Golden Angel Ultimate Edition. Okay, so here we go. We got some nice artwork on the front, nice Predator logo, Elder, the Golden Angel Ultimate Edition, Predator by NECA, Real Toys, and then we also have some looks like comic book panels as seen in the classic Predator 1718 comic story. 30 points of articulation, flintlock pistol, unmasked head, 2 unique masked heads, and origin appearance. And some more comic book art on the side. And then we open up the box. There's a nice picture of our Predator. And over here, we have the Predator himself. I really like the color. It's kind of like, almost like a highlighter yellow. It's very reminiscent of something Kenner would have done back in the day. So I really like that. I also like his kind of unique horned looking mask with the red eyes. So yeah, definitely a unique Predator. So I'm excited to get him out of the box and get a closer look at him. Okay, so here we have our Predator and all his accessories. So he comes with the horn mask on. And over here we have his second mask. And then we have him unmasked. We have a right closed fist and a left open hand, or gripping hand I should say. We have his closed disc, his open disc, we have the pistol, and we have his sword. And then we also have his little backpack with his gun attachment. Okay, so let's get a close look at the figure first. As you see, he's got lots of different necklaces here with different bones and skulls on them. He's also got some sculpted wire right here. He's also got one attached from his shoulder, or I guess more like his tricep, to his wrist accessory. He has his open palm hand with his knife weapon. There's his holster for his closed disc. We'll try to get that in there in a second. Here he is in the back. I'm assuming this will hold his sword, and then we have the little slit for attaching his shoulder piece with his gun. So he looks really good. He's on the back, he's got a darker green, more like a mossy green. And then over here, we have lighter greens that kind of go into that highlighter yellow green. It looks really nice. And he's also got like some spotting up here of like some orange. He's got it over here too. So he looks really, really cool. I'm really happy that I decided to get him. I almost didn't get him at the store, but my girlfriend brought up a good point. If I see him now and don't get him, I'll never see him again. So very happy to have him. So let's see if we can attach some of his accessories. Okay, so let's look at his sword piece first. And it looks like it just slides in there. Yeah, it just kind of sticks in there. Comes out pretty easily. Yeah, I would be careful not to lose this. It looks like it could come out pretty easily. I wish there was a better way, but that's what we got. So here it is. It's got some nice black wash on it. little red button. So that looks really good. So this hand, I'm assuming, is the hand to hold it. So I always like to, especially with delicate accessories like this, I like to put them in their designated hand first, and then stick that on the figure to avoid bending and breaking and all that kind of not good stuff. So there he is. I switched his hands and he looks really, really good holding the sword, actually. I really like it. So there he is. Let's see if we can get his closed disc into his little pouch. I always have trouble. Oh, there's a loose joint. That's no good. That's a bummer. Not too bad. That's one of my biggest pet peeves with figures, is getting loose joints like that. Oh, you know what? He's kind of got that problem where his joint isn't attached properly. This is why you always gotta double check your figures in the store, because they had more of this guy. And I guess I focused too much on the paint job. Oh, that's really loose. Yep, well there's NECA's quality control for you. That's a bummer. Okay, well, let's move on. Everything else seems to be okay. The rest of his joints look okay. Let's get his disc in his holster. Okay, his disc is in his holster, and I gotta say, of all my Predator figures that have this accessory, this one has fit the best. I'm not quite sure why that is. I'm pretty sure they use the same mold for the most part, but it has fit the best on him. Okay, so before we attach his shoulder piece, let's actually switch the heads, because it'll be easier to do that without the shoulder pad hindering him. Okay, here's his second mask. Looks very nice. He's got the nice gold, the red eyes. Does have like a little bit of a black wash on it. His dreads seem a little bit shorter than other Predator figures, but I don't mind that because it makes it easier to get into his holster and to get his shoulder pad on. Okay, so we have one more head to look at. Last but not least, we got his unmasked head. And I'm just noticing he's got like a little bit of a piercing right there. That looks really cool. I love the Predator faces. I love to display them without their helmets. I think the faces always look so nice. Like, just look at that paint job. That looks really good. But I have to say, I might display him with this head. I really like it. I think that mask looks really cool. But yep, here he is with his unmasked head. We've got his disc in his holster. Let's see if we can get his sword in his holster. So let's take out the top part and get this out of his hand. So it looks like it fits either way. Oh, maybe not. That's stuck. Okay. Let's try it this way. Okay, that way fits a little better. And it looks like it does have like a little slot where you can slide in this shorter piece. But I'm worried about getting that out without bending or breaking it. It's a very tight fit. So I'm actually just going to keep that out. I'll store that with my other Predator accessories. Okay. So we have his open hand, which will, of course, hold his disc. So here it is. I got some of his fingers slotted in there. And there it is, holding his disc. One more thing before we move on to the shoulder pad. He does come with the Predator 2 pistol. The box shows that it just slides into his belt right here. But I will, as you'll be able to see right now, and I'll tell you, it is quite a tight fit. And I would be worried about it bending or getting warped by leaving it in his belt for too long. If this was their plan, I feel like this should have been a little looser. Because I cannot get it in here. Okay, you have to play around with it quite a bit, but I got it in there. As I said, I'd be worried about it getting bent. I probably wouldn't leave it in there, but I'll leave it in there for the rest of this video. Oh, I do want to see, actually, I'm going to take it out. I want to see if this hand will hold it. And yeah, his hand will hold it. It might take some maneuvering to get his fingers on the trigger, but he can hold it. So he looks really cool holding it, actually. Okay. Last, let's get this on his back. Okay, there we go. We've got his gun attachment on his shoulder. So it attaches the same way it does for the other Predator figures. If you have any of those with this accessory, it works the same way. Got the same articulation, goes up and down, and the gun will rotate. So that's good. So this is our Ultimate Elder Predator. And he looks really cool. I really like him a lot. Okay, so I was just getting ready to wrap up the video, and I was going to put his his gun in his belt. As I was doing that, I bumped this wire, and it has come off of it was glued on right there. It has come off. This was attached to his shoulder pad. So definitely be careful of that. These wires are very fragile. So that's kind of disappointing. I mean, it's not a horribly big deal because, you know, it does still just rest right there. But yeah, it's definitely frustrating. Like I said, I was just trying to get this thing in here, which I was complaining about not fitting, and trying to get it to fit the way they show it on the box, I ended up breaking a part of my figure. So I'm not saying that wouldn't have happened if this belt was designed better, but maybe it wouldn't have. So yeah, definitely frustrating, definitely disappointing, especially because I feel like NECA puts out some good products for the most part, but then there's just weird and silly things like this that happen, or this loose joint that's not on there right. So yeah, NECA, if you're watching this, it's definitely disappointing. But other than that, I really like the figure. I think he looks really good. Okay, so here he is, all decked out. He's got his sword, he's got his pistol, his shoulder gun, and he's got his claw attachment. He looks really cool. Definitely happy I got him. If you see him, I recommend him. Yeah, just a few complaints. The loose joint and the little tube attachment that came loose, but you know, that's not that big of a deal, but this is disappointing. So, but let me know what you guys think of him. I think he looks really nice. I love the paint, the darker greens going into the lighter greens. He looks really, really good. I love the mask, the red eyes. So what do you guys think of this Predator? Are you gonna pick him up? Are you gonna pass on him? Let me know in the comments. And I'm gonna have some pictures of this guy on my Instagram, hopefully pretty soon. So follow my Instagram, Amateur Priority, for more toy photography. Like this video, subscribe, all that good stuff. All right, thanks guys. Bye.